Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and still laughing at the anti-cancel culture party canceling their next debate. If three people can't figure out how to talk in a room with a few cameras, then they are far from capable of running a country. But you knew that. 110,000 voters participated in the Iowa caucus, just under 15% of the state's 752,000 registered Republicans. This is 77,000 less voters than in 2016, largely because of the deep freeze that crippled the state. I'll be having a laugh with the participation trophy for Ron DeSantis, and more face palms from DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek, and a look at the variety of geniuses that braved the cold to get some warmth from the right-wing dumpster fire. By popular demand, there's a new genuine page from my special copy of Lauren Boebert's book and more, but first this.
Caucus captain and with his signature.
Yes, and I have Eric's signature, I have Donald Jr.'s signature, Dr. Ben Carson's signature on my hat. I have Trump's signature on other things, but I don't have it on my caucus hat, but I aim to get it.
I think with your personality and your work ethic, you're well on your way.
Thank you.
Those hats. It's as if Trump ran a contest who could make an uglier hat than his MAGA red ones. It looks like she's the captain of a 10-pin bowling team on Glow Night. Congratulations, you have the scribbles from the defeated former president's spoiled spawn and a weirdo doctor who rejects evolutionary biology and believes Egypt's Great Pyramids were built by Joseph to store grain. By the way, is there any verifiable identification on a Trump caucus captain hat beyond the Made in China label? Because a simple Google search shows there are heaps for sale. I mean, if you can buy convincing fake AirPods online, I don't think a pearly ball cap with gold writing is going to be tough to knock off. I am the caucus captain. I am the caucus captain. Come on, people, get buying some for the next round so you can have an I am Spartacus moment and cause chaos for these clowns. It is pouring MAGA tears. Thanks for taking in my show today. Keep warm and have a laugh with the good people in the comments while I mock the latest and stupid and more.
Just fold it in half and we will come and collect them.
I know there's a war on voting machines led by cyber geniuses such as Tom Selleck's slow cousin, but it's amazing to see these paper ballots in action. How is just throwing them into lunch bags the solution? I used to drink at a Legion with $2 draft and a meat draw. It was pretty awesome. And it was more secure than this Republican gong show. Now, I know that this is a caucus, not an election, but you're still casting a vote. I watched one guy counting them and starting over and getting it wrong, another saying Vivek's name wrong with every count, another putting the tally in the wrong place. I mean, obviously, a lot of this stuff was corrected, but what else gets missed and isn't? I don't know. But I do know that this one-day system with the Republican caucus in Hoth-looking Iowa again shows how flawed one-day voting is. The numbers could have been wildly different in every direction if it were milder out. People risk their lives for morons. People should always have the opportunity to mail in and vote early. They just should. Now, I do think the only reason they use the brown bags is so Ron DeSantis can borrow one for when he's hyperventilating backstage. What is he doing here? Just rubbing his endoskeleton, feeling around for the self-destruct button they put in there? Ron looks like a woman on a date she never wanted to go on and is just trying to, get through it. The man is impossibly awkward and delusional.
As the next president of the United States, I am going to get the job done for this country.
Delusional.
We love you too. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at us. They spent almost $50 million attacking us. No one's faced that much all the way just through Iowa. The media was against us. They were writing our obituary months ago. They even called the election before people even got a chance to vote. But they were just so excited about the fact that they were predicting that we wouldn't be able to get our ticket punched here out of Iowa. But I can tell you, because of your support, in spite of all of that they threw at us, everyone against us, We've got our ticket punched out of Iowa.
He came in a distant second that was head-to-head with Haley, and he's doing a Rubio acting like he won. He said that ticket punch line twice. He is way too excited about that. You know, when he was rehearsing this stuff, whenever he got a sentence correct, Casey would hold out the pudding cup. Okay, 2 fingers, Ron. Go for it. Take a dip. Now, both Haley and Ron are calling it a 2-person race. DeSantis is polling in third behind Haley in New Hampshire and South Carolina, and he barely beat her in Iowa.
Ivanka, if you're listening, I'm totally struggling with the loss of Melania's mother. So cheer me up with a hug or some hot pictures from by the pool. Because the pool is open, I only drain it when I'm trying to destroy evidence.
This is really cool.
Now, my favorite moment was the Good Liars presenting Ron DeSantis with a participation trophy. Now, I think Professional Douche would have been able to pull this off even better, but it's great to watch Ron suffer.
What? Nothing's going to stop us.
Real quick, before we get started, thank you, everyone. Governor DeSantis, I want to present to you this participation trophy. Now, probably not going to win the election, right? But we're proud of you for trying.
I don't participation trophy. Sorry, buddy.
No, but, I mean,
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
He's special, he's unique, and he's our little snowflake. Thank you. Here you go. Did you want the award? We're so proud of you.
I mean, look at Casey. She's trying to wedge her way in front of Ron, being the human shield, and he's fine with it. Fine. Not even making an effort at all.
Since I was 18, yeah.
Since you were 18. So how many is this? Do you know?
I'm 65. So, yeah.
We'll do the math.
Yeah.
Have you decided who you're going to caucus?
DeSantis.
How come?
Because he proved in Florida, I'm an anti-vaxxer, I'm a former registered nurse, and he proved in Florida that he kept the deaths down and that with the proper medication, that people did not die and they did not need to be hospitalized with extra costs.
Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to us. I appreciate it.
Again, apologies to all the wonderful Karens out there, but yes, that was a proper Karen, that type. It doesn't get much more disappointing than an anti-vax nurse. Florida had a surge in cases and deaths in the recent wave of COVID since DeSantis encouraged people under 65 to not get boosted against the advice of every health authority on the planet. Being against vaccines is like being against winter tires and condoms. You are screwing things up for the rest of us. Get out of our way. The best tailor in the world can't find a way to hide the bulge of his Depends. I mean, that is a turd tank on full display.
I congratulate Ron and Nikki for having a good time together. We're all having a good time together. And I think they both actually did very well. I really do. I think they both did very well. We don't even know what the outcome of second place is. And I see Carrie Lake. Congratulations, Carrie. Very good. I spotted her, I have to announce, because she's terrific. She's going to be a senator, a great senator, I predict, right? Going to be a great senator.
I don't even know how he recognizes Carrie without the filter. Now, from time to time, Trump does make me laugh, and him mocking DeSantis and Haley there was pretty solid. Now, a lot of people are going on about his speech that started calling for unity, but he wasn't calling for unity in the country. He's just asking for Haley and DeSantis to call it quits and back him.
All right, it's caucus time. I know it's cold, but we need you out there. Wear some layers, bring your ID, and bring your friends. We can do this. Come on, Iowa.
The same people that went after Biden for getting too much sun can't put proper clothes on for their promo piece. It's dangerously cold outside. It does not take long to get frostbite. I would have far more respect for someone actually dressed for the weather and doing this than someone trying to be fashionable. Having said that, I would have loved to have seen Ron outside doing a piece like this. I mean, do they make high-heel snow boots?
But you support that view, if it isn't you, it doesn't work out, and it's Donald Trump, that they're going to go elsewhere?
I mean, look, I would take Donald Trump over Joe Biden any day of the week, but I'm going to make sure we don't have that option.
She's been aggressive going after Trump, but in the end, she's fine with him. Thank you. I see every tip from pennies to dollars. They are hugely appreciated and help make this show possible. If you love what I do here and you can afford to help out, throw me a buck with the PayPal link in the pinned comment or drop me a super thanks with this button. And please take 2 seconds after this video to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. These things are free and help the show grow. Thank you.
And left-wing globalists, Wall Street, millionaires and billionaires who crave to destroy the MAGA movement. People are not happy with MAGA. Because MAGA's taking over. MAGA's, you know, when you hear the fake news when they say, well, MAGA represents MAGA represents 44% of the Republican. No, MAGA represents 95% of the Republican Party. Whenever you hear this stuff.
The MAGA movement is big, and in a post-Trump world, those people will still exist, and we'll have to find someone else to latch onto. If MAGA represents 95% of the Republican Party, then Trump should have received 95% of the vote. And he didn't. Vivek failed to shock the world and threw in the towel. Elon Musk thought Vivek's hard work would pay off, but I guess Elon didn't consider that even if you are a road warrior, you can give it your all and put on shows around the state, but that's not everything. People have to show up, and they didn't. Vivek went everywhere and played to empty places. Remember the tour bus with nobody sending him off? Or the weird back of the pub hostage video, where the woman had her back to him? He really tried to be a new wave for the MAGA movement, and Trump was fine with that because no Trump voters were going to deviate from Diaper Dawn. But he knew that they would deviate from Ron and Nikki. And now that Vivek's out, he's all in for Trump. Some are suggesting he could be his running mate, and I think there is zero chance of that. But he's going to soak up the stupid fame for now with hopes he'll have a position if Trump is indeed the nominee and wins. Oh look, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene giving away signed copies of her worst-selling book, published by Don Jr.'s company and printed in Canada. I love it. What is this guy saying to her? I know you're like down by the beach and all, but don't get any ideas with flip-flops and those mortadella meat stumps, okay? Can you sign it? The socks stay on? What do you think he wanted inscribed? Let me know in the comments. For those new to the show, I'm glad you found me. Thank you. For a year and a half, I've been reading genuine pages from my special copy of Lauren Boebert's book. This really is a ton of fun. I only do this once a week, and it's been pretty wild. Let's get back to it. Mountain Dew jumped onto the tree, nearly toppling it over with his tiny rodent weight. A lot of people say adopt, don't shop, but Jason won him in a poker game at a retirement home, so I'm not sure if we shopted, adopted, or gambled him into our God-loving lives. But right now, he's at the top of a tree hanging on for dear life while Jason fishtailed out of control. I should note here that when I say fishtailed, I'm not talking about the thing he does when he goes to Corn Lake with Derek and the Englewood graduates. I dread laundry day after they do their crazy fish slapping, but I guess we all have our things. Hang on, Mountain Dew, I screamed, which was iconic because I was giving emotional support to my emotional support hamster. I guess sometimes the student becomes the master. Hold my beer, shouted Jason. You know things are serious when you need two hands for the wheel, and this was deadly serious, and I took the can. But his other hand was not on the wheel. It was on his cell phone. I was livid. I know he likes to knee drive, but 7 cans in on a snowy road with a hamster gripping to a tiny tree air freshener for dear life was not the time. So I grabbed the wheel, taking control of the truck and the situation. Hang up right now. It's Little Caesars. I felt so awful. My mans was trying to feed us, and here I was screaming in his face. And I know when his sores flare, he's going to blame me because he hasn't been out of town for a while. I guided the 2012 Ford the best I could. The bald tires didn't make life easier, but neither did my limited education, unhealthy gun obsession, or being ignored by professional world wrestler Sweet Stan Lane. He's my dad. My cold palm gripped the wheel, guiding us to safety, while my right hovered over a vent, heating it up, getting it ready for my little furball, Mountain Dew. I reached my hand out and grabbed my hamster off the little tree and gave him a big kiss. My lips tingled, and not in the better get the special cream way. No, it was from him rubbing against the air freshener, and now my old hamster smelled like a new car, and I loved it. It was like a fairy tale. If you've enjoyed this genuine page from Low Rent Boozburb's book, let me know in the comments, and I'll see about reading another page sometime soon. You seem to know as much about the law as the corrupt judge. MAGA Tears. You liberals like to blame everything Biden does on Trump. MAGA Tears. Why can't these people joking about the right wing see that it is the conservatives that fix the economy and solve problems, not a bunch of whining liberals obsessed with justice and feelings? MAGA Tears. I do feel that the only reason they do use the brown bags is so Ron DeSantis can borrow one for when he's hyperventilating backstage. I should note here that when I say fishtailed, I'm not talking about the thing he does when he goes to Corn Lake with... Can't even get it out. What do you think he wanted? I felt so awful. My mans was trying to feed us here, and I was screaming in his face. And I know his sores are going to flare, and he's going to blame me because he hasn't been out of town in a while. I steered the 2012 Ford the best I could. The bald tires didn't make life easier, but neither did my limited education, unhealthy gun obsession, or being ignored by professional world wrestler Sweet Stan Lane. He's my dad. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries. I've toured with Jim Jefferies for 10 years. I have 3 albums and an EP. You can stream them on Spotify and Apple Music. And I am a one-man comedy show here. I write, film, present, direct, edit. I even make all the graphics. If you can afford to, please throw me a tip with the PayPal link or the YouTube Super Thanks button. Life's short. Be cool. Be kind. Take care.